Ladies and gentlemen, there is something profound about the word no. It is a small word, just 2 letters, yet it carries a weight that can stop a man in his tracks and send him into deep reflection. Today I want to talk about why men return to you after you say no. Rejection has a way of revealing what lies beneath the surface of a person's character. It is not merely a denial of a request or a dismissal of an idea. It is a moment that tests resilience, self-worth, and the ability to handle disappointment. When faced with rejection, the immediate reaction of an individual speaks volumes about their values, intentions, and emotional maturity. This is especially true in relationships, where a no is not just a word but a boundary that challenges the depth of someone's intentions. The rejection forces a person to confront their motives. For a man pursuing a relationship, hearing no from a woman can be humbling. It is an opportunity for him to pause and evaluate why he was pursuing her in the first place. Was it out of genuine respect and admiration? Or was it simply to satisfy a fleeting desire or ego-driven need? A mature man will not see rejection as a personal affront, but as a moment to reflect on whether his intentions align with the values and boundaries of the person he is pursuing. Moreover, rejection exposes the difference between entitlement and perseverance. Entitlement assumes that a person is owed something simply because they desire it. When entitlement is met with rejection, it often leads to frustration, anger, or even manipulation as a way to regain control. Perseverance, on the other hand, is rooted in respect and patience. A man with perseverance understands that rejection is not necessarily final, but rather a call to reassess his approach. He doesn't see no as a barrier, but as an opportunity to grow, prove his sincerity, or even step back if he realizes that the pursuit is not in the best interest of either party. Rejection also unveils emotional maturity. Immaturity reacts impulsively, either with desperation or with bitterness. It blames the other party, seeks to guilt them, or diminishes their decision. Emotional maturity, however, responds with grace. It acknowledges the autonomy of the other person, respects their choice, and avoids pressuring or manipulating them into changing their mind. A mature individual understands that rejection is not a reflection of their worth, but a moment of clarity about what is or isn't meant to be. Furthermore, rejection can be a catalyst for growth. It challenges a person to improve themselves, not out of a need to prove others wrong, but to genuinely become better. For a man pursuing a relationship, rejection might highlight areas where he needs to develop, whether it's emotional availability, communication skills, or even his overall approach to relationships. Growth born out of rejection is powerful because it is rooted in self-awareness and a desire to align more closely with one's values. Ultimately, rejection is a mirror that reflects who we are under pressure. It reveals the strength of our character, the depth of our intentions, and the resilience of our spirit. How we respond to it defines whether we are driven by ego or guided by integrity and respect. Boundaries are an essential element of human relationships, yet they are often misunderstood. Far from being walls meant to shut others out, boundaries are the structures that define how we interact with the world and others around us. They communicate who we are, what we value, and what we will or will not accept. The power of boundaries lies in their ability to protect and nurture while simultaneously fostering respect and authenticity in relationships. At their core, boundaries establish clarity. They make it known where one person ends and another begins. When someone sets a boundary, they are essentially saying, "This is what I need to maintain my well-being and integrity." This clarity removes confusion and ambiguity, providing a foundation for healthier communication and interactions. Without boundaries, relationships often devolve into chaos, with unspoken expectations leading to resentment and misunderstandings. Boundaries also create space. Who encounters a woman with clear boundaries is likely to reassess his approach and intentions. He begins to understand that her no is not a rejection of him as a person, but a reinforcement of her principles and self-worth. Moreover, boundaries do not weaken connections, they strengthen them. A relationship without boundaries can feel suffocating or chaotic, as one or both parties may feel overstepped or disrespected. When boundaries are present, they allow each person to bring their best selves to the table. They foster mutual understanding, ensuring that both individuals feel heard, valued, and secure. In romantic relationships, this can mean the difference between a fleeting connection and one that is deeply rooted in trust and respect. Boundaries are also a tool for self-definition. They force individuals to evaluate what truly matters to them and to stand firm in their convictions. This process of self-definition is empowering as it encourages people to live authentically and unapologetically. For example, a woman who sets a boundary by saying no to a relationship that does not align with her values is not merely rejecting a suitor, she is affirming her commitment to herself and her vision for her life. Interestingly, boundaries can also serve as a filter. They naturally weed out those who are not willing to respect or align with the standards being upheld. This is not a loss but a gain, as it creates space for the right people, those who genuinely value and support the individual. A man who returns after encountering a boundary is one who recognizes its importance and is willing to rise to meet it. He sees the boundary not as a barrier but as a guide to a deeper, more meaningful connection. The principle that men respect what they cannot easily obtain is deeply rooted in human nature and psychology. When something is readily available or requires little effort to attain, it often loses its perceived value. This concept is evident in many aspects of life, from career achievements to relationships. In the context of romantic pursuits, this principle becomes even more pronounced. Men are wired to appreciate and value things that demand effort, challenge, and persistence. When a woman sets boundaries, says no, or chooses to withhold her time and attention until a man demonstrates genuine commitment, she immediately distinguishes herself. She communicates that her worth is not something to be taken lightly. This assertion of value challenges a man to consider what he is truly seeking. Is his interest driven by fleeting desire, or is it rooted in something deeper and more meaningful? The process of reflection and effort ignited by such boundaries often leads to a greater sense of appreciation and respect. Effort breeds value. This is why goals that require hard work are celebrated more than those that are handed to us. In relationships, the same dynamic applies. A woman who knows her worth and does not compromise it for temporary validation sends a powerful message. Her love, attention, and companionship are privileges to be earned, not entitlements to be claimed. This stance forces a man to elevate his intentions and actions, often leading to greater respect for both the woman and the relationship. Moreover, the challenge of pursuit taps into a man's innate desire to conquer and achieve. It's not just about the end goal, but about the journey and the growth it inspires. When a woman sets a standard that requires a man to rise to meet it, she encourages him to become a better version of himself. This transformation is not just about winning her over, but about proving to himself that he is capable of fulfilling the responsibilities that come with being in a meaningful relationship. The respect that arises from overcoming challenges is lasting. Men remember the effort they put into building a relationship with someone who held firm to their values. This memory of hard work reinforces their sense of accomplishment and deepens their respect for the person who made them work for it. Conversely, when something is too easily attained, it can lead to complacency or even a lack of appreciation. It's also important to recognize that this principle is not about playing games or manipulating emotions. It is about standing firm in one's values and refusing to settle for less than what one deserves. When a woman holds herself to a standard and expects the same from those who seek to be part of her life, she naturally attracts those who are willing to rise to the occasion. The men who respect the process of earning something valuable understand that the effort invested in attaining it mirrors the value they place on the relationship. Ultimately, the dynamic of effort and respect is not about creating barriers, but about fostering genuine connection and mutual appreciation. It is through challenge and persistence that respect is forged, and the foundation for a lasting, meaningful relationship is built. Self-worth is a profound and often elusive quality that shapes how individuals perceive themselves and how others perceive and treat them in return. It is the quiet confidence that comes from understanding one's intrinsic value independent of external validation or approval. The mystery of self-worth lies in its subtle yet powerful influence on relationships, interactions, and personal growth. It is neither loud nor boastful. Instead, it is a steady, unshakable presence that commands respect and admiration without needing to demand it. At its core, self-worth is a reflection of one's relationship with oneself. It is cultivated through introspection, self-respect, and an unwavering belief in one's inherent value. A person who possesses self-worth does not seek external approval to feel validated because they have already recognized and embraced their own uniqueness. This inner assurance radiates outward, creating an aura that naturally draws others in. People are instinctively attracted to those who exude self-worth because it signals stability, confidence, and authenticity. The power of self-worth in relationships is particularly striking. A woman who understands her worth communicates her value through her actions, decisions, and boundaries. She does not settle for less than she deserves, nor does she compromise her principles to please others. This steadfastness sends a clear message. She knows who she is and what she stands for. Men are often drawn to this quality, not because it is unattainable, but because it reflects strength and self-awareness. It challenges them to rise to the same level of authenticity and respect. What makes self-worth mysterious is its quiet yet transformative impact. It is not about arrogance or superiority, but about an inner balance that transcends external circumstances. A person with self-worth does not feel the need to compete, compare, or prove their value because they are secure in who they are. This inner security fosters resilience in the face of rejection, failure, or criticism. Instead of internalizing these experiences as a reflection of their value, they see them as opportunities for growth and learning. In romantic pursuits, self-worth often serves as a compass, guiding individuals toward healthy and fulfilling relationships. A woman who values herself is not swayed by superficial flattery or empty promises. She evaluates a man's actions, intentions, and character, ensuring that they align with her values and standards. This discernment often sets her apart, as it reflects her commitment to maintaining her dignity and integrity. Men who recognize this quality are drawn to it because it represents a deeper connection and a foundation for mutual respect. The mystery of self-worth also lies in its ability to inspire transformation. When a man encounters a woman who embodies self-worth, he is often compelled to reflect on his own values and actions. Her confidence and clarity challenge him to grow, not out of a need to impress, but out of a genuine desire to become a better person. In this way, self-worth not only uplifts the individual who possesses it, but also elevates those who are fortunate enough to be part of their life. The quiet power of self-worth is undeniable. It shapes relationships, commands respect, and fosters personal growth. It is a reminder that true value comes not from what others think, but from what we believe about ourselves. A no is often perceived as a roadblock, but in reality, it can serve as a profound moment of clarity and transformation. It has the potential to reignite purpose, both for the one saying it and the one receiving it. Far from being a simple rejection, a no can challenge assumptions, inspire reflection, and motivate action in ways that a yes never could. It forces individuals to confront their motives, reevaluate their goals, and discover new depths of determination and resilience. For the person hearing no, the initial reaction is often discomfort or disappointment. It disrupts their expectations and forces them to pause. However, this disruption is where the power of no begins to unfold. It acts as a mirror, reflecting back questions that may not have been considered before. Why did they want what they were pursuing? Was their approach effective? Were their intentions aligned with their values? These moments of introspection often reveal truths that might otherwise remain hidden. They can spark a renewed sense of purpose, guiding the individual toward a clearer, more meaningful path. Rejection also challenges individuals to grow. A no can highlight areas where improvement is needed, whether in character, skills, or emotional resilience. It pushes people to step outside their comfort zones and confront weaknesses they may have been avoiding. For example, a man pursuing a relationship might hear no from a woman who sees that he has yet to fully understand or respect her values. In such cases, the rejection is not merely a denial but an invitation to rise higher, to become someone capable of meeting the standards she has set. The journey of growth inspired by a no is often more transformative than achieving the initial goal. The no can also reignite purpose by forcing individuals to reassess what truly matters to them. Sometimes the pursuit of a goal becomes more about the chase than the destination. When met with rejection, individuals are prompted to ask themselves if what they were pursuing was truly aligned with their deeper desires and values. This reevaluation often leads to a renewed commitment to what is genuinely important, rather than settling for what is merely convenient or immediately gratifying. For the person saying no, the act can be equally transformative. It is an assertion of boundaries and values, a declaration of self-respect and clarity. Saying no often requires courage, as it may disappoint or challenge others. Yet, in doing so, it reinforces a sense of purpose by ensuring that one's actions and decisions align with their principles. It creates space for what is truly meaningful, whether in relationships, career, or personal growth. In relationships, a no can redefine dynamics and deepen connections. When a man returns after hearing no, it often signifies a deeper level of reflection and growth. He has taken the time to understand the reasons behind the rejection and has chosen to align himself with the standards and values expressed. This process not only reignites his purpose, but also strengthens the potential for a more meaningful and respectful relationship. In essence, a no is not the end of a journey, but a pivotal moment within it. It has the power to strip away distractions, inspire growth, and refocus both individuals on what truly matters. It transforms rejection into a catalyst for purpose and progress. When a man returns after facing rejection, his return is often rooted in more than mere desire. It is about redemption. Desire may initiate a pursuit, but redemption transforms it into something deeper and more meaningful. Redemption is a process of reflection, growth, and renewal, a journey that reveals the sincerity of intentions and the depth of character. It is not about simply winning back what was lost, but about restoring a sense of purpose and connection that goes beyond the surface. Returning after rejection signifies that something deeper has shifted. A man who seeks redemption understands that the rejection was not merely a denial, but an invitation to reevaluate his approach, his values, and his capacity to give and receive love. He recognizes that the no he encountered was not a reflection of his worth, but a call to align himself with a higher standard. Redemption in this sense is not just about proving something to the other person, but about proving something to himself. It is about becoming the kind of person who is worthy of trust, respect, and commitment. This journey of redemption often involves humility. A man must first confront the reasons for his rejection and take responsibility for any shortcomings that may have contributed to it. This process requires introspection and honesty, qualities that are not always easy to summon. He must be willing to ask difficult questions. Was he truly present in the relationship? Did he respect the other person's boundaries? Was his pursuit driven by genuine care or by selfish motives? Redemption is born in the answers to these questions and in the commitment to grow from them. Growth is a central aspect of redemption. When a man returns with the intent to redeem himself, he is not the same person who initially faced rejection. He has taken the time to reflect and evolve. This growth is often visible in his actions, which demonstrate a newfound sense of responsibility, respect, and emotional maturity. He no longer seeks to possess or control, but to contribute and nurture. His return is marked by an understanding that relationships are built on mutual respect and shared values, not on fleeting desires or superficial charm. Redemption also requires patience. A man who returns after rejection cannot expect immediate acceptance or a reversal of decisions. He must respect the other person's process and timeline, allowing them the space to see and evaluate the changes he has made. This patience is a testament to his sincerity. It shows that he values the relationship enough to wait for it to unfold naturally and authentically. So ultimately, returning for redemption is an act of courage. It is not about erasing the past, but about transforming it into a foundation for something better. It acknowledges that mistakes and failures are part of the journey, but refuses to let them define the future. A man seeking redemption understands that love and respect are earned, not demanded, and that true connection is built on the willingness to grow, change, and become better, not just for another person, but for himself. In the end, the dynamics of relationships are often shaped by the lessons we learn from rejection, boundaries, self-worth, and redemption. A no is never just an end, it is a catalyst for growth, reflection, and deeper understanding. It forces us to evaluate who we are, what we want, and what we are willing to do to achieve it. It reveals our true character and ignites our purpose, challenging us to rise to new heights of personal and relational growth. Men return not just because they desire something, but because the journey of redemption calls them to become better versions of themselves, worthy of love, respect, and meaningful connection. In this process, boundaries become not barriers, but guiding principles. Self-worth becomes the foundation of all relationships, and every rejection becomes a stepping stone to a stronger, more authentic connection. Through this lens, rejection is not a setback, it is a necessary part of the journey toward true love, growth, and purpose.